Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be building a snake clone. This is the classic snake game. We called this one Sheepdog, so you can see if we click, we herd the sheep, we move around this screen, and every time we collect the sheep will follow the sheepdog. And once we hit the edge, we have a little message that says, your dog bumped his head. We're going to build this game in about 5 minutes. Should be pretty simple, follow along. Let's go ahead and get started by going to gokoji.com/templates. So you want to make sure you're on the template page. We'll scroll down. There is a nice snake clone here towards the bottom, and this may change because we're getting templates submitted every single day, so it might be in a different place. All right, so you can see here we have a snake template. We're going to click on use template, and we'll just call this one sheepdog. And we'll go ahead and begin creating the project. Now what's happening here is it's setting up everything. It's getting all your project files. It's starting the development environment. It's starting a dev server with hot reload. We don't have to worry about any of that, but it's just nice to know what is happening while this loading bar is progressing. And this activity is perfect for a classroom or for students just learning how to code. You can see that now that the editor has loaded, we have a preview on the right-hand side. We have our terminal here at the bottom. We can go ahead and close that out. And then on the left-hand side, we have our directory. But what we really want to focus on is the visual customization controls, because that is what we're going to be editing for this very simple project. All right, let's jump into the colors. Maybe for the text color, we will go with sort of a darker greenish color. Yep, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and save that. For the primary color, maybe we'll go with like an orange or a yellow. That looks all right. And now for the background color, let's go with like a light green color and make it sort of look like a pasture. Okay, now for the font family here at the bottom, they're using a Grand Hotel font, and I found this font called Indie Flower that I think looks just a little bit more playful, so I'm going to go ahead and copy paste that in here. So now you can see it has changed on the right hand side, but it still says vegan snake, so we're going to want to change that in our game settings. So let's jump into game settings. We'll call this one sheepdog. For the start button, we'll say something like herd the sheep. And for the game over text, maybe we'll say something like your dog bumped its head. And we got to make sure we spell bumped correctly. There we go. And now for the game size, we want to make sure that this looks good on both mobile and on desktop. So I'm just going to increase this to 20 here. There we go. Let's go ahead and reload the page, just see how we're looking. So right now we don't have any sort of sheep. Oh, we've got some music there. So it looks pretty small on here, but it will look better as we continue. Let's go ahead and go into desktop and see how that looks for now. All right, that's looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and change up the images. So for the head, we're going to use a dog face. Now I found a really good dog face here. So we're just going to copy that URL and we're going to import from URL. You can upload your own images. That's totally fine too. I just have this hosted on Imager. And for the food, we're actually going to have sheep. So here's another sheep icon I found. Let's go ahead, import that, rehost it. There we go. Now let's go ahead and go into the metadata. We'll change the name of the game. We'll call this sheepdog, and we'll change the description to herd your sheep. It's like the classic snake game. Now for the share image, let's go ahead and change that to our dog image. So we'll do the same thing we did for our character images. There's our dog. Now for the icon, let's use the sheep for the icon. So here we go. And now that that is all uploaded, let's go ahead and reload the page, see what we've got. Here we go, herd the sheep. There's our dog, and it is looking a little small on here. Maybe we go into game settings again and see what we can do here. Maybe we change this to 15, see what happens. Let's reload the page again. And there we go. That's looking a little bit better. Now let's take a look on desktop and see how that looks. So herd the sheep. There we go. That's a nice size on desktop. Perfect. Okay, so if we hit the side, it says your dog bumped his head. Perfect. All right, looks like it is all working. So let's go ahead and deploy this project. We're going to go into deploy project here. For our game, we're going to call this sheepdog.withkoji.com, and we can publish this to several different places, but I'm just going to do the very basic deployment here by clicking on deploy now. And basically what's happening right now is we are starting an EC2 instance and compiling the container. We're compiling your project on a remote build server and hosting the production bundle. All these things you don't really need to worry about, but it's just sort of nice to understand what's happening when you click that deploy button. And you can also see underneath we have a few different ways in which you can deploy your project. A lot of cool new features being added every day. So make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all of the social medias. And that nice sound means that the project is all deployed. So let's go ahead and check it out at sheepdog.withkoji.com. We'll open that up. And this is a link that is live on the web right now, so anybody can play it. There we go. We have the music. We're going to turn that off. And we have a nice little snake game that we've built in about 5 minutes. Now, the whole point of this is that you can make your own games. I definitely challenge you to go into the code itself, see how you can make it better. If you have something interesting that you discovered, leave a comment in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.